Right.
Anthony, where are you from originally?
Born in Torrance. Moved to Palmdale, Lancaster when I was in the 5th grade. I went to college in Santa Barbara, SBCC, it's a community college. And here I am.
Skid Row.
Skid Row.
That's what college education gets you?
Yeah.
Tell me about your family.
My family, they divorced. My dad's an immigrant. They divorced when I was 8 years old, roughly, I guess. Now looking back on it, it's he was doing too much to try to keep her. She had obviously already left. Women don't just decide one day, oh, I think I'm going to leave him. They monkey branch. Like, when you're left, you're already left. You know what I mean? They have a place they're moving into tonight with some other guy. You know what I mean? Not like, oh, I'm just decided, hey, I'm going to try my luck.
How would you describe your childhood?
Describe? Well, I mean, I had things, you know what I mean? I guess I weren't completely broke, but I never, like, I didn't have family or nothing, no extended family, just what I had, my mom, and they worked a lot, and then I did my own thing. Started drinking like 13. We would go pimp beer. That's what we would call it. We'd go ask people to buy us beer at the store, Keystone or Natural Ice or Natural Light. And then we'd drink it in my garage at night. I smoked weed first in the 5th grade. I tried acid in the 6th or 7th grade. I worked like a full, you know what I mean? I always had a job, even though I was like I drank a lot. And I didn't actually start doing real drugs until I was 30 years old.
How old are you now?
40.
So you started late compared to most of the people down here.
Yeah, that's what who does that, I didn't start on pills or nothing. I went right to black tar heroin. I was sick one day, like I had the flu. I was going to work. And I wasn't going to make it. I tried to call in. They said, oh, Brandon had already called in, so I had to go in. And my friend, I knew he dabbled in shit, and he said, hey, you want to put some pep in your step? And yeah.
So now your drug is...
I went from the flu to being more productive than I did normally. You know what I mean? Like, I put the whole stock order away, all that shit. And I felt great. He gave me another little foil that I could smoke, like midday or whatever, and then I started what they call chipping, where every week or 2 weeks or every month, I'd buy a bag or buy 2 bags, and then I hit the point of no return. And then I was addicted to heroin, which was weird. It wasn't like I thought it would be. I was still super productive. I was working full time. I had 2 other side hustles, and then I was still doing cars on the side. I would buy head gaskets off of Craigslist, blown head gaskets, as opposed to the auction where they're bidding for stuff that's, when people take in a car for a head gasket repair, they already assume the money, is out of the car. So they ask a much lower price. And it's fairly cheap for me to repair. So that's what I would look for on there. And I was, firing those out. And it was,
And now your drug today is?
Fentanyl and crystal meth.
What's that you're smoking right now?
This is a mix of fentanyl and crystal meth. I don't have much left. That's why I'm actually here.
You've been married before?
No, I got engaged once, but didn't work out.
No kids?
No kids. Luckily, thank God. Thank God, no kids.
And you're staying where now?
I'm homeless.
You're in a tent or just on the street?
I'm homeless. I went in a tent. Right now, although I don't have a tent at all, like I'm just...
Yeah, you're just a body on the street.
Kind of, yeah, just roving, just going wherever. I was in the tiny homes a minute ago. I left or got thrown out about 6-7 days ago. I'm back on the street.
How do you support yourself?
Like side jobs, asking people for money. I burned up everything that I had. If anything, savings, it's all day to day. I got.
Yeah. You've been living like this how long?
As of now, it's crazy to say, like 5 years.
5 years.
It's been about 5 years.
How does it affect you emotionally, living like this?
Without the dope, there's no way I could do it. There's no way I could be homeless without, it keeps me numb enough to, I've changed a lot, you know what I mean? When I came out here, I was really green and friendly, and now I realize that everything's a fake scam to rip you off, Every other homeless person is scum. All they want to do is steal your stuff. And some of them actually have those intentions before they meet you, like I would come over here and befriend you because, you need some help with your camera stuff, but I really want to steal your cameras. That's why I'm here, It's not just like an opportunistic thing. And, and then when you're missing it, help you look for it. It could be something you use for work, every day, and you need it, and you have kids, and you have this, and they'll sell it for, $40 when it's worth $2,000, just.
Yeah. Everyone's a hustler and a con artist down here.
Yeah, for the most part. Everyone, they all claim to not steal. Oh, I don't steal. Not me. I'm not the one. They all do. I initially worked for all my shit, So it hurt me when people stole my shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I come up every day. It's you know what I mean? I come up, so it's like a revolving door. People take the shit. So what? It doesn't matter because I have new shit right here, that I just took. Wasn't like that for me. So I would get really fucking, I've had basically everything I have is stolen. So I said, you want to steal shit from me now? Fucking go ahead. I got You know what I mean? I can't watch my shit 24 hours a day and remain sane. There's no way I can do that. I wouldn't care to if I could. I wouldn't care to if I could.
Do you mind if I just open the door just for a second?
Yeah.
Do you have any friends?
I don't talk to no one that I used to. A few of them would probably hit me if they saw me like this. And really, do people really even have friends, you know? Every relationship seems to run its course, whether it be, you know, friends, family, relationships.
Yeah, a lot of people have a hard time connecting.
Well, I
Or
mean,
maintaining connections.
you know, what is a friend, you know? Someone, I guess I would consider that you could call in the middle of the night and would come pick you up, you know, if you, right?
Help you out when you're in a jam.
And would expect me to do the same for them. Oh, so if I don't work and I don't have a car, like what is the only jam I could be in? Not having any drugs? No, yeah, it's all shit. The first time in like since I've been here since 7 years, I haven't had a significant other. That's great.
How did you first get introduced to heroin?
I had my friend Corey. We lived together. I met him through another acquaintance. We rented a house in Simi Valley. The house I was in before, I got a big cash for keys deal. Bank Mary gave me 10 grand, right? Not to ruin this house that I didn't plan on ruining anyway, you know? And that was enough to get us into another big, like five bedroom house. And the rent was $2,800 a month. And there was 4 of us. And anyway, one of the guys there, Corey, he did dope. You know, he'd been dabbling with opiates his whole life. I know he started on pills and all this shit, and you know, I would just drink. The other 3 of us drank. You know, like Joe was the big drunk type. The guy I met him through was like, you know, the big dumb idiot who always, you could say, let's go have some beer, and he'll always go with you. Like that kind of guy. And then my friend that I grew up with, Kyle, he drank like a bottle of Svedka every night, that vodka. So like I knew it was the same thing as Vicodin and, you know, all that stuff. I know it all comes from the same place. You know, I'm not completely out of the loop. But I never, like, if I broke my arm or something or hurt myself, you know, or if they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone, I would do them, and then it would be over. Like I wouldn't actively seek it out, you know. I just wouldn't do that. Or if I was at a party or something and someone had said, "Hey, you want a Vicodin?" Like, yeah, I'll take it, you know. and I would like take 2 of them, and then I get hot flashes and start to get sick, want to throw up, But then that would be the end of it. Like I wouldn't actively seek it out ever. When I was sick for work, like I said that one day, like I had the flu, man. I was bad. Like I woke up and I puked in the sink. I was like the sickest I've ever been in my life. One of the worst, I was like, there's no way I can go to work right now. Like I wouldn't want me at work right now, So I called in, but I couldn't really sit it out because there's only 3 people. One had already called in. There would have been 2 people would have called out. There would have only been 1 person there. It wouldn't have worked. And then so I went from feeling like shit, to being just as productive, if not more, you know what I mean? By smoking some black plant matter on a foil. I was like, this is pretty cool, Not to mention I felt, you know what I mean? I felt fucking great. And as soon as I started that too, I put the bottle down. Like I quit drinking like immediately. Like it doesn't like bring any more pleasure drinking. It just like makes me impaired. It doesn't even, you know what I mean? You don't get no euphoric feeling from it, or I don't anyway, I guess it's not enough to overcome the dope, it's just, drinking is just, it'll either make me fall asleep or, probably be an asshole. So yeah, I didn't drink anymore. And I was bad, I was drinking a lot, I mean, every day since I was 13, really, or every third day, or, binging on weekends, sit there on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night, by myself and just get fucked up, drinking a 18-pack on the couch alone, waking up the next morning all dry for work,
What are you worried about? What are you afraid of now?
What am I afraid of now?
Yeah.
Really? I've done a lot of things and I've been in a lot of places. I've lived a full life, I'm not afraid of dying or anything. I hate that my youngest sister, that I wasn't able to be there for her. See, my parents, they moved to Idaho recently too, while I wasn't looking. Here's the problem with a stepdad, or step-parents, it's got to be hard for them. I think it's harder with a male too. To raise someone else's kid, you know what I mean, as your own, because it's not your own, I mean, realistically, and you could try or whatnot, but, every relationship is going to have its problems. And if that kid, if you give him the means to be more successful than you, right? Now, where does that leave you? You know what I mean? No one needs your ass. Think about it. Look at people who are, you know what I mean? Stepdads, the situation. They won't allow that kid to thrive, I believe. You know what I mean? Because then it opens the door for them to, be thrown out flat on their face for the shit they've worked for 10 or 20 years.
You think you'll stay in this situation the rest of your life? Or do you see getting out?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, I think I'm generally happy, I treat people well, better than I did. you know, it makes me realize what matters more. You know, as long as the people are pleasant to me when they walk up to me, I'm perfectly, you know. I don't know if I'll stay like this forever. What am I supposed to do? Like go to work again and get a job and find a house and like for what? It's pointless.
Are there some positives about this lifestyle?
What?
Are there some positives about this lifestyle of living on the street and not having responsibility?
Yeah, there's a lot less stress.
Yeah.
I mean, stress is a killer, you know, and I mean, everyone knows that. You know, you're stressed out, but in different.
Yeah, different kind of stress.
It's a different kind, exactly. You know, I think, you know, that long-term dwelling, you know, like, oh fuck, you know, that I can't get fired. I have to do this. I have to, you know, produce, and then, you know, you got kids to worry about and this and that. Like that constant worrying shit, I think that knocks years off your life, you know? What was I getting at?
Do you have regrets?
Huh?
Do you have regrets?
Regrets? I wish that I had the knowledge that I do now younger. You know, that would have been great, because I used to be a major asshole a lot of the time, you know, and I think it closed a lot of doors for me, you know, or just knowing how I feel like I'm more adapted to people now. I can, you know, talk with basically anyone, and I think that would have helped me a lot if I would have known that younger. But would that have changed my situation, the one I'm in now? No, probably not, you know. I'm homeless, so I don't want to work. I work my whole life, and I don't have shit to show for it. You know what I mean? I worked for my parents. You know what I mean? And I tried as hard as I could. You know what I mean? In this one business, you know, and I made it successful. I did that. You know. That was the hardest I could have tried. I believe that. And they fired me and kicked me out of the house for it. So, like, for what? And then these people's like driving around and honking their horns at people because they're not like making a right turn fast enough. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me how dumb they are. And then they watch a 2-minute news slot, you know, that fits into the commercials. And, you know, oh, that's it. You know what I mean? And then they tell you what you should think too by saying, well, what do you think about the fire? Well, I think that these guys down the street started it. You know what I mean? They're working people to death for their own benefit. And I wake up whenever I want, you know. There's cool times in homelessness. It's like an abundance of shit, you know. Like you either have no change in your pocket for no soda, or you have 2 shopping carts full of them. You know what I mean? all kinds of, you know, people will trade you hundreds of dollars worth of items, whatever it may be, for, you know, $10 worth of dope. Just because they need it at the time, you know? Fuck it.
And Anthony, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
Most important lesson? I would say, I'm going to say that again. Every relationship runs its course. You know what I mean? And you create your own situation. You know? Whether you go to college or don't, or, you know, go to work or whatever it is you do, you know? You're where you are because that's where you want to be. Realistically, you know?
All right. Anthony, thank you so much for sharing your story.
All right. Thank you.
Enjoy your ice cream. I'll get you a spoon.